Okay, Harvest Moon by Neil Young. First thing you need to know about is the tuning is in what's called drop D, which means the 6th string needs to match the 4th string, or the E string needs to be dropped down to match pitch an octave apart with this D string. You hear how they're together now? Alright, so first chord, first finger is going to go on the 10th fret of the B, second finger on the 11th fret of the G. And you're going to alternate between that chord and putting the 3rd finger down on the 12th fret. So, right? Then your strumming pattern for that first chord is down on the bass, and then down on the whole chord with that off, and then you've got the whole chord with the 3rd finger down, off for up, and then back down with it on. So bass, off, on, off, on, bass, on. Then your next chord, you're going to move your first finger to the 9th fret of the E, second finger to the 10th fret of the B, 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the G, and then you have a bass down, and then the whole chord up, and then another up. Actually, I'm really just grabbing those bottom 4 strings, and then I'm going up, down, up with everybody. So down, up, down, up. And between those 3 things, you repeat all that 4 times. So that's your intro. The verse, you have the first finger on the 2nd fret of the big E, and second finger on the 2nd fret of the big A, and you're going to down strum down and up, and you do that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4. And then the next section, you have a D chord, and first finger goes on the 2nd fret of the G, second finger on the 2nd fret of the little E, and then your ring finger goes on the 3rd fret of the B string in between there, so you got a triangle, and then you're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then you're switching to a D major 7, or you're just barring the G, B, and E strings, and then you're going to strum the bass, and then an up, and then you're going to move your first finger to the D, G, and B strings, and then for an A chord, and you're going to strum up, and then you're going to put the 2 finger on the 2nd fret of, the 3rd fret of the B string, and the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and you got up, down. that little part goes down, down, up, down, that bass, up, 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 down. Okay, and that's a verse. Then your pre-chorus, you take your third finger and you put it on the 5th fret of the big E, which is now D, and then your first finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the little E, and that's all that's down is this finger and this finger, and that ring finger ends up muting that A string by leaning on it, and you have a bunch of down and ups on that one. So this is 4 measures, 4 times 4 beats of down, up, down, up. And then you go back to that intro after that. Which leads you to the chorus. The chorus is super simple also, where you have the first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string and the third finger on the, third finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and then you're going to strum everybody for 2 measures of down ups, and actually you might want to not hit the big string, and then the same thing here. And here is where you have your first finger staying on the 2nd fret of the D string, and your 2nd finger goes on the 2nd fret of the B string for 2 more measures of down ups. And on both of those chords, I'm just reaching for these 5. And that's all the sections. After the chorus, you go back to the intro. So when you put that together, you have this thing.